Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and my mother has been at my house. My mother and my sister and my mother's husband, they have been at my house for the last, they spent the night last night. We went and had some cheese dip and margaritas at a Mexican restaurant, and they just left, and so I'm getting started a little bit late today. But that's okay, because there's so much good information out there right now that it's like limitless information right now. And so it's kind of like I have to cut my videos off at a certain time just to be able to fit it all in and just do another one. Now, the first interesting thing I saw this morning was this post by the Joker. He says, "This post is old, but it is worth a reminder. Back in July, I tweeted, XRP will outperform Bitcoin big time. It's scalable, scarce, sustainable, and it has a real use case. Can be a store of value. Now DeFi is coming too. It will make sense step by step." And he's got this little chart here of what he's talking about, I guess. But anyway, I think that he summarized the truth right there. Really, it's real plain and simple right there in front of you. XRP will outperform for these reasons. It's scalable, which Bitcoin is not. It's scarce, which Bitcoin, that's really all Bitcoin has going for it, is that it's scarce. But XRP is scarce too. There will only be 21 million Bitcoin. There will only be 100 billion Bitcoin, 100 billion XRP. That's all relative. That just means you can have more XRP, but percentage-wise, it's going to outperform Bitcoin. It just is. And here's all the reasons. Scalable, scarce, it's sustainable, and it has real use case. So there's no reason, I've said this for a long time. Bitcoin doesn't have the market cornered on store of value. The only thing Bitcoin it has two things going for it, really. Three. It was the first through the door, so it has the name recognition. It's scarce, okay? And it has a freaking multi-billionaire marketing campaign going on from the guys at Wall Street, like Mike Novogratz and Barry Silver, all these guys who want Bitcoin to be a thing. They have a marketing campaign constantly running. That's what Bitcoin has going for it. But you can add 2 or 3 or 4 things to what XRP has going for it on top of the things Bitcoin has going for it, period. And they all know it too, by the way. Michelle Vandenberg sent me this. I thought this was a great tweet by Anders L. XRP Ledger is settlement. Interledger is messaging. Paystring is addressing. Coil, micropayments. Flare, smart contracts. Securitized, tokenizing securities. Forte, gaming. Full ecosystem is XRP. They thought of everything, folks. Connector, Quant, Overledger, connecting all public, private blockchains and legacy systems. And he's got the layers of the XRP ecosystem right there. Now, yesterday I showed you this tweet from Mr. BXRP. And he was asking basically in this tweet, who's doing the custody for Flare and this Spark drop? Well, somebody must be listening to Mr. B, because it just so happens that Copper answered the question today. Copper let me see what this company's exact name is. I guess they call themselves Copper HQ. We've been selected by Flare Networks as official custodian for highly anticipated Spark Flare tokens drop. And they have the full details here. So you can go to @CopperHQ, and then their website's copper.co, and find out a write-up on how it's all going to work with Flare. Now, more on Flare. This guy, Ronald, had sent this tweet out yesterday. Spark, 2 days, Spark snapshot update. 94.048 accounts set up in the claim for Spark token. 21 billion XRP balance. 426 million XRP holdings increased, and 43.146 new XRP accounts have been created. And he's got these different stat pages. XRP holdings increased since announcement, 426 million. XRP holdings increased percentage since announcement, 12%. New accounts, to claim Spark. Anyway, he's got all these numbers. This is interesting to show you some of these firms that are supporting this. Coinbase, Binance. Coinbase has 3.5 billion XRP. They don't have iTrustCapital on there, but I bet they have a lot of XRP too. So interesting stuff. Now, James Rule had two really good tweets that all of you need to listen and listen good. If you're considering sending any of your XRP onto any exchanges for this Spark drop, he mentions two things that are very important. The first is, it's a great rule of thumb, always send a very small amount of crypto to other wallets to verify transactions before sending the entire bag. And what he means there is, don't send 50,000 XRP as your first, from your Ledger Nano S. If you're going to put it on, say, Coinbase, don't send 50,000 the first time. First send 5 or 10 XRP just to test it and make sure that the transaction goes through. Then, if that works, then you follow that up with your bigger send. Okay. Next, he says, if you're sending XRP to an exchange, do not, and I repeat, do not forget to add your tag. If you don't add the tag, it will go to the exchange's default XRP wallet. The tag identifies your wallet. In other words, Coinbase has one XRP address, but the tag, what the tag is for is to identify, it's like your customer number, in other words. So you enter an XRP address, and you have to put, when you log into your XRP wallet on Coinbase, they'll have an address for you, and they'll have a tag, which is about a 6 or 7 digit number. The tag is. You got to get both when you send onto the Coinbase platform, or you will lose it. Okay. Now, Master Control Program sent me this. U.S. lawmakers tell Mnuchin to back off from potential crypto wallet regs. Remember, this started with Brian Armstrong from Coinbase tweeting out that he had heard rumors that Steve Mnuchin was going to pass some kind of regulations about hard wallets and individual crypto wallets that aren't held on exchanges, like some kind of strict regulations. All right. And so that got the ball rolling. We've seen Brad Garlinghouse tweet about it. Now, what this article is about is these lawmakers wrote him a letter. And two of the lawmakers, one of them is Warren Davidson. He says, I'm troubled by the rumors that Steve Mnuchin plans to enact burdensome regulations on digital self-hosted wallets. My colleagues, Tom Emmer, Ted Budd, and Scott Perry have sent a letter to the U.S. Treasury urging him to rethink these regs and consult with Congress on fintech. And this is their letter right here. And then Tom Emmer also tweeted about this. Brian Brooks and the OCC have provided clarity for banks to custody crypto. Now it's SEC's turn. Today, I led a letter with 8 of my colleagues urging the SEC and FINRA to issue guidance and approve broker-dealer applications to custody digital securities. Now, this may be a different letter. Let me check. I was thinking they were the same letter. This is to the SEC. Let me go look at this one. This one is to Steve Mnuchin. So it's 2 different letters. But the point is, these guys are all over it. And then he says, he goes on to say, regulators must continue to support and embrace innovation in the United States. Either way, the technologies won't wait for them to keep up. So they're calling on Steve Mnuchin to do the right thing and the SEC. And these guys, remember, Tom Emmer is the one that made it very clear XRP is not a security, and he was on a conference call with Brad Garlinghouse that we've shown on this channel. Now, Tyler Winklevoss tweeted this out. Huge news for Ethereans. The Ether Fund by this company, 3iQ Corporation, will list on the Toronto Stock Exchange, QETH, tomorrow morning. The fund has already raised $75 million. All Ethereum will be held by Gemini custody to the moon. So what's important here is you're starting to see all of these traditional financial firms get in the game. They're starting to open all of these funds. We showed you some yesterday. I'm going to show you another one here at the end of this video, or an exchange that's been opened here at the end of this video. Okay, this is cool right here. Watch this. The UK's Space Chain has beaten 13 other national applicants to secure $585,800 grant to build blockchain-based satellite infrastructure. I've talked about this on this channel. This is Space Chain. Now, Space Chain, and I'll show you their nodes. Space Chain is actually I'm fascinated by this company. This is a Tim Draper investment, by the way. And take note of these nodes. Those look similar to something you've seen right there. I'll show you in a minute. Space Chain, and also take note of their logo. These are their satellites that are right now in orbit and have, I think, Bitcoin nodes on them right now above the Earth, okay? It's happening right now. What I find interesting about Space Chain, if you go back to their page, as you scroll down their page, first thing you'll notice is this logo, which is awfully similar to Stellar's logo, and their website has a lot of similar look to it as well. But as you go down, look at this. I find this interesting on Space Chain's website. Look at this. Look how they've got these nodes designed. That looks awfully familiar too. Looks kind of like Ripple's website, their XRP page. The nodes, I've always thought that it was interesting. If you wanted the nodes to be flat across the Earth, meaning they would be nodes, in countries across the world, then that would be one thing. But that's not been the graphic. It's been 3D, almost as if nodes are going up and communicating to other nodes that are above the Earth, which is exactly what the plan has been all along. I've said it for a long time. You can call me crazy, whatever you want, but I believe that the Starlink satellites, and it would be probably a classified thing. They don't talk about it, but the plan all along, I don't think it's a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence that these graphics, I don't think it's a coincidence that Stellar used to have a rocket as their logo, and now they have this streak, which is the same thing as the streak on the Space Chain. There's a freaking constellations. None of this is a coincidence. I believe the plan all along has been to have nodes on satellites. I believe that SpaceX is putting those Starlink satellites into space for 5G and for nodes to operate, as well as who knows what kind of defense mechanisms for, the U.S. defense or whatever. Who knows? There's all kinds of things that are going on up there. But I believe having the financial system completely decentralized and having it on satellites as well as the Earth to create what Greg Kidd called an intergalactic currency. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it, when you really start thinking about it? Now look at this. I want to bring something to your attention that I either forgot or didn't know. I showed you this tweet, I think yesterday. Circle Pay, USDC stablecoin crosses $3 billion in circulation, $230 billion in on-chain transactions. Anyway, I showed you this. Circle, which is backed by Goldman Sachs, and remember, the official father of the Digital Asset Investor channel has always said, you will not have this change to this new financial system if Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan are not involved. Well, Goldman Sachs is one of the first investors in Circle, and they created this USDC stablecoin. And a part of me is beginning to think that this USDC digital dollar stablecoin is going to be the digital dollar. And the other part of me thinks that this is going to run through the Stellar network. And the reason I think that is because this was brought to my attention today. XLM, the beast of Wall Street. What is Stellar? XLM. Let me allow Center Circle issuers of USDC answer part of the question. Now, remember, USDC was done on Ethereum, okay? But as we say all the time, XRP and Stellar are brother and sister, in my opinion. Now, and there's also a saying in XRP land that everything will run on the ledger. Well, I believe everything will run on the XRP ledger and Stellar and the Stellar network, okay? And I believe they're running USDC on Stellar because Ethereum, all these proof of work things, they're not fast enough. And I think that they're going to run through the XRP ledger and through the Stellar, and in USDC's case, through Stellar. What does it mean that USDC is, and this, by the way, this is from Stellar's blog. What does it mean that USDC is coming to Stellar? The short answer, Circle Internet Financial will issue a USDC asset on the Stellar network. Developers and businesses will be able to integrate it into Stellar-based apps and services to allow users to make deposits and withdrawals. Users will be able to hold, transfer, trade USDC just like any other asset on the network. Stellar USDC is a part of Center's multi-chain USDC framework. It will coexist and interoperate with various USDC tokens on other chains, including the original Ethereum USDC token. Each chain offers advantages tied to specific use cases. Stellar, which is designed to connect all the world's currencies in a single platform, unlocks a whole new realm of payment-related applications for USDC. We say all the money around here, and I believe all the money involves XRP and Stellar, folks. Write it down. Okay, this is huge. Just in, DBS Bank. Just in, we will be launching a digital exchange offering exchange services between 4 fiat currencies, SGD, USD, HKD, JPY, and 4 of the most established cryptocurrencies, namely Bitcoin, Ether, Bitcoin Cash, and XRP. And here's the picture of them with their announcement. And who is this guy? He's the CEO of DBS, and he is the same guy that was on stage at Ripple Swell 2019 in Singapore, and I saw him there. Okay, now I wanted to remind you, this was brought to my attention just as a little reminder. For those of you that have never seen this video, just sit back, strap in, and enjoy the ride. Because this is a video from Jim Rickards from 2017. And remember, Jim Rickards is connected throughout the heights of the United States government, including 3-letter agencies. He's hooked up all the way to the top. And I want you to listen to what he says against the backdrop of what you've witnessed for the year 2020 so far. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that BlackRock is a really interesting company in this whole space. Thank you for listening.